Hey everybody, Vaping Gal Philly here, and I have a rechargeable and a disposable e-cig review for you today. I got some mail from across the pond. So this is especially for the UK vapors out there from Vapourlites. I got the rechargeable in menthol, and I thought that I had got cartridges to go with this. But this is actually a disposable e-cig, and I will get to this in just a moment. I'm going to start with the VL4 package from Vapourlites. If I can get out of the box. Comes with a little USB charger. You can buy additional cartridges for this. This just screws off of it and you dispose of it. This is where you would charge. You just take the little nubby, screw it on there, and I use my phone charger. My phone charger has a USB port in it to charge. I don't like charging things off my laptop if I don't have to. In a pinch I probably would, but not for very long, and I would definitely not leave it unattended. Let me pull up their website here. Okay. So with the VL4M menthol starter kit, like I said, you get the charger, you get a battery with the cartridge on it. This one is an 11 milligram, and it says the Vapourlites on the battery. The battery is a HG7 battery. It's a lithium. And the equivalent of the cartridge is equivalent to about 40 cigarettes, depending on how you vape. Obviously that might change. They have it in Super Max, which is 20 milligram, Max, which is 16 milligram, Classic, which is 11 milligram, Lights, which is 6, and Zero is of course 0. Right now it looks like these are on sale for $16.80. That is US dollars. If you need a USB to 3-pin wall charger, you can buy one for $11.69. And like I said, when you get it, it comes with the actual battery, the cartomizer, the adapter, and this one isn't in menthol flavor. You can get it in standard tobacco as well, but this is the one that I chose for the review, so this is what I'm going to use. If I can get the little end cap thing off, I will vape on this. I did notice that when you are first starting to use it, it does take a little while for that vapor. I think the battery has to heat the juice a little bit before it really starts kicking in. But I've been vaping it on this off and on. I actually think it's probably more than 40 cigarettes worth. But like I said, that depends on how much you use it. If you're constantly having it in your mouth all day, probably not as long. But for me, I've gotten quite a bit of use out of it, and it's still got some oomph to it. It's got a little light up on the end. It's got really good flavor to it. To me, it kind of reminds me of, let's see. I would say that it reminds me of the black box of Camels, the Camel Crushes that came in a black box with the blue background on it, and you would take in the butt there was a little ball of flavor that you would crush, and it gave you some extra flavor boost to it. It kind of tastes like that. It's like a sweet peppermint kind of a menthol. Definitely not a displeasant taste. You do kind of get almost that little bit of ashy taste that you get when you're smoking a combustible cigarette. Not a bad thing. Really, really good, and I really like the flavor of that. Okay, so the other one that I got is the disposable, and it's called the VL Micro. And let me get to the page for that. These are a one and done. You cannot recharge these, and they are $6.71. They are these. They sent me the smallest e-cig on the market. This is called the Micro. Um, it is good for 15 regular cigarettes or 150 puffs. I've been using this one as well, and let me tell you, there's more than 150 puffs in this thing because I've used it quite a bit. This one only comes in 16 milligram, and let me grab the other one so you can see the comparison between the two because it is definitely uh, a shorter version. It's barely longer than the battery on the original sized one. And this is a 100 mAh battery in here. And like I said, this is a fully disposable. I did notice a little trick that you might be able to take this rubber end out and add a couple of drops of juice if the battery is still going. But the manufacturer probably would not suggest that. That's just something that I noticed. So let's check it out. The taste on this kind of reminds me of um, the True cigarettes. They had kind of a weird butt to them here in the US, but it also kind of gives me a Dunham Hill kind of a flavor out of it. This one is a regular tobacco. I'm not a huge regular tobacco fan, but I will say that for being a tobacco, it's got a good flavor to it. It's kind of rich, kind of smooth. Again, you get the kind of taste that you get when you're smoking a real cigarette, and it's kind of hard to replicate, but they seem to manage to do it. And these also come in um, regular sized, like this, in the disposables, and they also come in menthol in the micro as well. Both of them are very, very great products, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity from Vapourlites to review these for you guys today. I also have 4 e-juices from them, but I'm going to be doing those in a separate review. I didn't want to overindulge with one Vapourlite review. I thought I would break it into two for you guys. So I will definitely be getting to that next week, I'm hoping. Um, yeah, so that is the Vapourlites Micro and the Vapourlites Rechargeable e-cigs. And like I said, Vapourlites is in the UK. I'm glad I got the opportunity to experience these. I wanted to see if there was any real difference between overseas e-cig products and ones in the US. There's not really that much, but the taste is a little bit different, which is kind of great. And I also did this video so that people that are in the UK that might be looking for a starter kit of some kind and want the analog looking cigarettes, that it would give them an option. So until next time, guys, have a great day. Vape on and vape strong.